Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavala Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Baba Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jasodanandana Jaya Brajajanarajana Jaya Brajajanarajana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol Nama Om Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vicharni Nivishesha Shanyavari Paschatya Deshtani Jai Prabhu. So we're gathered together today for our weekly Ishtagosti, and we want to say before we begin, first of all, that all of you have been very good in the last week or so and have been trying very hard to make a lot of advancement and to improve over the areas we discussed last week. So this week we want to bring out a few points which we feel could be a further improvement in our practical execution of the process of Krishna consciousness. Now, some of the older devotees have been mentioning a few points to me and to some of the other Bhakta directors, certain things which they feel the new devotee should try to improve on, especially in the area of japa. Now, we've observed in the course of the last week that some of you have been engaged in what is known as gibber japa.
Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Samosa Samprabhu, how's it going? I've just been listening to your chanting, Prabhu. I think you're missing out a few names here and there. I have to try and listen a bit more carefully. Okay? You're doing very well, though.
Go ahead. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hey, Bhakta Burfi, Prabhu.
Jai Prabhu.
What's this new mantra you're chanting?
Maha mantra, Prabhu.
Doesn't sound like it. Think you're chanting something else, like Giri Giri Ram Ram Ram. You have to pay more attention to the chanting, Prabhu.
Right.
Otherwise you won't get the full benefit.
Jai Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
I've already told you once, Prabhu. Now come on, try a bit harder. Now you're chanting too many names.
I didn't think you could chant too much, Prabhu.
You just have to try a bit harder.
Jai Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Giri 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 Giri, Ram Ram, Ram Giri 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 Giri, Ram Ram, Ram Giri 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 Giri. Snick, 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 Ram Hare, snick, 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 Ram Ram, Ram snick, 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 snick,
How many times do I have to tell you, Prabhu?
One time, Prabhu.
Okay, now, just keep chanting, alright?
Jai Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram.
Every day I have to put up with
Another kind of japa which we often see the new devotees do is what we call jabber japa.
Hey, Samosa Sam. That was a great chanting party yesterday, wasn't it, on Harinam?
Oh, yeah,
Boshan and Nanda and Nectar. Kesha Shastri.
What about that Bachelor fell asleep in the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he fell right off his seat, didn't he? He couldn't keep awake, huh?
Peanut Pete.
Yeah, Peanut Pete. Maya. Maya.
I like pain.
I don't mind pain. No? Not so much. No, tolerate pain. It's concentration gets me.
What kind of head pain?
Yeah, pain in the head. You know, like all this having to sit up and listen, and all these lectures and talking and hearing and, you know, a bit heavy, isn't it? Pain's alright though. In fact, I've got a boil.
A boil?
Yeah. Where? Hey,
Burfi?
Yeah?
Did you bring the cartels in from the van?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Definitely, I brought them in, yeah. Clear as a bell, I can remember. I brought them in from the van, put them on the shelf in the temple. Yeah, I can remember that. No shadow of a doubt.
Because we're supposed to bring you in from the van, right?
I think I brought them in.
Jai.
Oh, cool, blimey, look. It's almost time for Guru Puja again. I've only chanted 2 rounds. Seems like every day I have rounds left over after breakfast.
Yeah, me too.
I wonder why that is.
I think it's because people keep talking to us, you know. Do you find that?
Yeah, I find I always keep getting interrupted while I'm chanting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to concentrate. You know, it's hard concentrating. I keep getting interrupted. Somebody comes along and starts talking to me. Or the Bhakta director starts preaching.
Yeah.
Maya.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into our rounds now. Back to
Radar japa is another kind of chanting to watch out for.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Jesus Christ.
One of the more popular varieties of bad japa is known as dive bomb japa.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Ram.
Hey Prabhu, how you go?
Yeah, what do you want, Prabhu?
Well, you were sleeping, Prabhu.
Sit properly.
I wasn't sleeping. Stinking.
I just saw you, Prabhu. You fell on the ground.
Prabhu, I wasn't sleeping. I was thinking, I tell you. This philosophy of Krishna consciousness is very deep. You don't understand. I was just thinking about it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Then there are those that engage in undercover japa.
Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram.
Bhakta Burfi, what are you doing under there? You'll just fall asleep like that.
No, it helps my concentration, Prabhu.
Come on, Prabhu. Come out in the open. You'll just fall asleep otherwise. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram.
Not to speak of those habitually addicted stair-sitters who engage in Count Dracula japa. More often than you would expect, we find that among those who are in a rush to finish their japa, a psychological problem of which they are usually completely unaware. This causes them to engage in multi-bead mantra japa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Prabhu, how's it going? How many rounds have you chanted?
Oh, I've almost finished, Prabhu. I've done 62.
62?
Yeah.
Hey, that's not bad for 35 minutes.
Sometimes the older devotees also do a little dive bombing. So we have to understand the importance of chanting 16 rounds every day on our japa beads. It's very important. So I wanted to read something about chanting 16 rounds a day from the Nectar of Devotion. Generally, we recommend our disciples to chant at least 16 rounds on their japa beads daily. And this should be, try to stay awake, Bhakta Burfi, if you can. And this should be completed. But if one is not able to chant 16 rounds, then he must make it up the next day. He must be sure to keep his vow. If he does not strictly follow this out, then he is sure to be negligent. That is offensive in the service of the Lord. If we encourage offenses, we shall not be able to make progress in devotional service. It is better if one fixes up a regulative principle according to his own ability and then follows that vow without fail. That will make him advance in spiritual life. So now we want to move in another area in the Ishtagosti. We want to talk a little bit about how to dress. Now we've been noticing that some of the Bhakta Burfi, I told you to stand up. You're always falling asleep. You fell right over. I told you to stay awake. This is incredible. This is worse than the other day in the temple room. Do you remember when I was telling you off about your dhoti?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Okay, Prabhus, it's time for Guru Puja now, okay? Do you remember how I told you to offer the flower to the Acharya? Take a flower like this, and you offer it, okay? Then you pay your obeisances, okay? Okay, one after another, take a flower each. That's it. Okay, hold on.
Jaya de hamore pada soya Dwapare la rosarana Guru de Patita Pavana Jai Guru de Patita Pavana Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
So we have to be careful when we dance in the temple room not to get completely out of hand. It's important, it's true, it's good to be enthusiastic and dance in the temple room, but not in a kind of a jazzy style. You dance in your hands up in the air in a nice way. So these are the basic Ishtagosi points we wanted to discuss this week, and we tried to give you some points which will be very helpful for you, and we hope that next week there'll be some improvement. So now we want to write on the board and just go over some of the most important points which we discussed so that you can remember them. So the first point we'll discuss over here on the blackboard. I guess we can erase this now. No need for that. We hope you won't do that anymore. So the first point is we have to learn how to be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is actually very important in the execution of Krishna consciousness. You have to have enthusiasm, and you must of all be alert in the classes and be alert while you chant your japa, These things are very important. So you